Hey my friends, how's it going? It's Ultimus, and for today's video we're going to try to condense as much information as we possibly can into as short of a video as we can and clearly communicate what it is we're going to be talking about. Hopefully this video does not come out too late for you guys. It is going to be released as of Saturday. Patch 7.2 drops on Tuesday, so that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then that's it. So you got 3 days. And this is going to be based off of WoWhead's summary of it, but this is going to be a video on things to do to prep for 7.2, of course, depending on what your goals are, what your playstyle is like, and what your center of play is, whether it's PvE, PvP, casual, leveling, exploring, all that good stuff. WoWhead has done a very good job of just condensing all these onto a page. I will post the link down in the description below of the video for you guys to check out. There is all the links here put here on this one. A lot of these are things that I'm sharing myself and thinking of myself, and I'll throw some other things in there to take note of as well. We're just going to go ahead and jump right in and touch on probably not all of these in depth, but we'll talk about a few of them. First one is Pathfinder Part 1. It's on there, and this was actually the #1 thing I was thinking of personally. And that is, of course, Pathfinder Part 1, because we're going to get Pathfinder, or basically Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2 is coming, and that's what we need to do to finish to get flying in Legion. So if you have yet to complete Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 1, that includes completing your Class Order Hall campaign. That involves completing the story mode, or the not story modes, but the storylines in each of the Legion questing zones. That involves also, we'll just make it easy on ourselves, the Broken Isles Explorer. So explore all the regions of the Broken Isles, complete 100 different world quests, which most people have done by this point anyways. Earn Revered with all of the Broken Isle reputations listed below. And we mentioned this already before, the Lore Master complete the Legion achievements listed below, which is again completing the story of each of the zones, and then complete your class order campaign. So that's all you have to do. You probably can bang all that out in a weekend if you've yet to do so, and getting a head start on that is something that you are interested in. That way you're set up for Broken Isles Pathfinder Part 2, so you can complete that, and then you're able to get flying unlocked. And then Part 2 for it is quite simple, as it states here on the WoWhead page. All you have to do is complete the Legion Invasion, so that's 4 of them: Battle for Azuna, Stormheim, High Mountain, and Val'sharah. You hit Revered with a new faction, Legion Fall Commander, or Legion Fall, and then just explore the Broken Shore. So pretty easy to do. You could literally probably do all that within, maybe a weekend, I imagine, depending on how the assaults go and how often those proc. So you shouldn't take too long to get those. You can probably do that, in your spare time. One of the next big things, of course, is reach 35 traits. Now, this one isn't necessarily important to do, depending on how close or how far you are from it. If you are close to your 35th trait, I do recommend grinding out those Mythic Pluses. This weekend is a good time to do it because it is the Legion dungeon event. So if you complete 5 dungeons, I believe it is, you get the bonus to it. You also get what I believe is a heroic Nighthold cachet. You're welcome to, of course, do that, and you might get some dang good rewards out of it. I really keep hoping that I'm going to get Drop of Souls out of it for my warrior, because if I can get that heroic version trinket without having to kill Gul'dan, that would just be glorious. Because I'll never get invited to a Gul'dan group. I'm too dang casual. I can't do it. I'm not good enough. At least I own it, right? But if you're pretty far off from completing your 35th trait, personally, I would say not to worry about it. I mean, grind those dungeons out because you definitely want that gear. And artifact power is only going to help you. However, do keep in mind that it's going to be a little bit easier to grind up artifact power once 7.2 comes in, as we're going to be getting the ability to increase the percentage at which we gain artifact power. Obviously, it'll still be a little bit of a grind as we get towards the higher end points and slots and traits of our artifact weapons. But if you're just picking up steam and trying to get past, your first traits and stuff like that on a weapon, then I wouldn't really stress out too much about grinding this out for the weekend. But on the flip side of that, I would say definitely take advantage of the dungeon event going on right now. Find a Maw Souls group, find a Darkheart Thicket group, find a Quarter Stars group or whatever, or an Archway group, and just go ham on it. Probably Quarter Stars would be better than Archway, but either one is good. But at the end of the day, honestly, whatever dungeons you can do to get it done, because it's just going to be helpful to you in the long run. Of course, don't forget to pick up your quest from the lovely mage outside the Violet Hold, so that you're not doing all these dungeons, and then, like me, you complete 3 mythic pluses and realize you forgot to pick up the quest. There's a nice little TLDR here on this one, again, which kind of summarizes it real nice. How it's going to break down and stuff like that. You get 35 for doing how, because it's you're going to be refunded on your artifact weapon, on your artifact knowledge and your points based on how many points you've already put into it. 35 for doing the empowered, 72, 7.2 quest line, 36 for the first, 7.2 trait, 41 for the second, 46 for the third, and 51 for the fourth. Basically, how the artifact power from 7.1.5 traits, so the ones we've already got in the game, are going to convert into 7.2 traits is what we're talking about here, and some of that how it's going to be refunded and things like that. So keep that in mind. If you're way ahead of the curve, you got nothing to worry about. If you're a little bit behind, I'd say maybe try to wrap it up. But if you're really far behind and you just feel like you're playing catch up, I just hang on and then use the increased percentage to artifact knowledge to your advantage and make the grind a little less stressful before it gets really gnarly. Again, definitely complete your class campaign if you haven't done so already. I figure most have done this, but keep this in mind for your alts, because you do need it again for your Pathfinder Part 2. Also, we are continuing the class order hall campaign in 7.2, and so obviously if you want to do the new stuff, you got to complete the old stuff first. New quests, new things like that. So basically a new class champion follower, full list in this template, so you can check that out if you want, which is always kind of cool. The ability to progress on rank 7 order achievement after completing Champions of Legion Fall, so there's that. Credit for 1 step of breaching the tomb, so another achievement here, which again is achievement points, bragging rights, all the good stuff. Special achievement for completing class hall quest sets, so there's that as well. And then the new toy, the Champions statue. So huge deal for the class hall campaign if you haven't done so already. Again, I feel like this is one of those things I feel like most people have done already, but just in case, don't forget to pick up on that. I'm not going to go into farming transmog items just because it's most people I feel like do this on their free time anyways, but there are some more achievements coming for PvP and PvE transmogs as well. You can check that out as well. I'm not, again, too concerned with Marks of Honor, although I will say in passing, the new patch adds Season 1 and 2 appearances for Marks of Honor. So I've been stockpiling these. I don't think I've spent a single one since Legion has dropped, so I can actually purchase the PvP sets. So I'm excited about that, because again, that's good stuff for transmog for me. So hang on to those. But I don't know, unless you really want to, I wouldn't. This doesn't seem like something that would be worth my time at least putting this in, because I feel like I can get these very casually as I'm just playing PvP with my friends through the patch and stuff like that. Like, this doesn't seem like something that would be worth my time to be putting effort into in a pre-patch kind of prep mode as we're getting ready for 7.2. One of the big things though is you do want to make sure that you want to be exalted with each of the factions and stuff like that. Not faction, I guess it is a faction. As we get to 7.2, and if you're not I encourage you to put some time and effort into that, because the rewards that are going to be coming from that as you paragon basically into these reputations, which is a first. We've never had a paragon kind of slot for reputations, but we're getting some gnarly stuff coming from this. For every 10,000 reputation earned past exalted with the faction, you earn a reward cachet with a chance to contain a special item. So basically the High Mountain supplies is the thing you get that has a chance. Each one has a chance for a mount, which is pretty cool. And the only one I care about is that Stormwing, because dragons, that's why. Alright, so moving on from that. Crafting materials, legendary or crafted legendaries are coming, so make sure you do hang on to your crafting materials. Now, Bloods of Sargeras, I'm gonna throw some other ideas out there as well, but if you're heavy into the crafters, you want to get ahead of the curve and set yourself up for success when it comes to crafting some of these legendary items, which we have not done a video on yet because I don't know enough about, and I really try to refrain from talking about things I have no clue what they're about. I leave that to more educated men and women. But if you want to get ahead of the curve and be prepped for craftable legendaries, definitely hang on to your crafting materials, including Bloods of Sargeras. Now, if you've yet to complete Keystone Master, if you're a Mythic Plus grinder, Mythic Plus dungeons are becoming harder in patch 7.2 with new scaling. You'll receive lower than usual Keystone rewards as a result on Tuesday. And I will read this right out. It says, as we transition from patch 7.1.5 to patch 7.2, you'll get a lower keystone with the reset this week than you may have otherwise been expecting. This is due to the increase in difficulty of these dungeons in patch 7.2. For example, if you completed a level 9 keystone in patch 7.1.5 and were given the usual level 6 keystone next week, that'd actually be an increase in difficulty. To avoid this, we're making these adjustments for this week only to reduce the level of keystone you receive based on what you've completed this week. So they're toting that Mythic Pluses are going to get harder, so they're going to start people off a little bit gradual, a little bit less on the difficulty scale so that they're able to kind of get a feel for the new ones. So, pretty cool. Things to hold off on. So if you have yet to complete some of this stuff down here, Mythic Dungeon Attunement, grinding AP at a cap, unlocking Obliterate Forge, farming reputation tokens, and ahead of the curve and stuff like that. Don't bother with it, basically. TLDR for this one, Mythic Dungeon Attunement is pretty much going away. In patch 7.2, the Archway, Court of Stars, Lower Karazhan, Upper Karazhan have been added to the random dungeon. Heroic List, these dungeons are only available on Mythic difficulty in 7.1.5 and require previous questing. If you only want to see the dungeons for lore purposes, wait until 7.2 when you can complete them on an easier difficulty. So, there we go. Glad I finally got to do Karazhan on Mythic difficulty. I feel pretty good about that. Grinding AP cap, again, don't worry about it. If you're capped on your weapon, you'll not be able to use them on your empowered weapon in 7.2. When you complete the quest to empower your artifact to unlock more traits, your tokens are voided. So, don't hoard your tokens. Just don't do it. If you got artifact tokens laying around, don't hold on to them. Use them. And same thing goes for your reputation tokens. Use them. You don't. They're not gonna roll over. They're not gonna stack up. So, keep that in mind. I do want to make a suggestion, though, as well for your Bloods of Sargeras. So if you look here, I got a screen up here from on Icy Veins. On your artifact advancement, you have 2 new tiers down here as well. They're going to cost a pretty penny when it comes to order hall resources. And so this is where I'm going with my whole save up your Bloods, or use your Bloods of Sargeras, because you can trade them in Dalaran for 1 blood is going to get you 200 order resources, and they are bind on account, so you can send them around to whichever tunes you have. So if you got an alt with crap low order hall resources on them, but you got a main or another character with a crap ton of Bloods of Sargeras, you can use that to kind of trade it around, make the grind a little bit easier. Or you can just go ham and grind out all of the world quests with your order hall resources attached to them. Either way, you have options, but do keep that in mind as we move in to this next one, because what you're looking at again here, you got this first one, so we got the 20,000 order hall resources, which take an hour to research, and then you got that one over there, and then you get to the very even bottom, you got relic empowerment, and which is 30,000. So you're looking at a total of 50,000 order hall resources, which is just crazy, and I'm pretty sure this is the most up to date. So basically, again, it's going to take a ton of order hall resources. I was just doing some double checking, and I couldn't really find anything that negated what was being said. If you guys know of anywhere else that is having a different number of order hall costs for these tier 7 and tier 8 traits for your order advancement, please do let me know. I would love to have a correct number here, and I'll make sure it gets posted and pinned to the top of the video so people know what's actually going up for. So a lot of stuff coming in 7.2, almost said 7.1, and just lots to do. Huge content patch, lots of stuff to do. It's almost overwhelming thinking of what needs to be prepped to be done if you weren't ready. Luckily for myself, I've got Pathfinder out of the way. I'm exalted with all reputations on both my characters that I play. I've got enough order hall resources set aside. I'm pretty much ready to go. Maybe a couple small things here and there that I need to finish up, but in general, I'm in a good spot. Although any alts after that, we'll have to play the catch-up game. But luckily, it seems like there's enough catch-up mechanics coming that I might make it somewhat easy as against some of them that I don't know. So, anyways, that much being said, I've rambled on long enough. I hope this video made sense. If it didn't, I do apologize. If it's absolute crap, I'll have to take it down. I just walked around Disneyland all day celebrating the wife's birthday with her family and stuff like that, so I'm exhausted. It's coming on almost 1:30 a.m., but I want to make sure this video gets out for you guys because it's important to me, and I want to make sure you guys have content, especially because I've been promising you guys trying to get 3 or 4 videos out a week, so I'll be darned if we're going to fail. Alright, that's it for me. I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed it or found it helpful. As always, again, if I have any wrong information in this video, please be sure to let me know down in the comment section. Post links. That helps a lot as well. That way I can verify what you're saying. And that way it's not just some random dude on the internet telling me I'm wrong, because I get that all the time and I can't verify that. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'll catch you next time.